Hey everybody, I'm Chef Tom with allthingsbbq.com, and this is the Pimento Cheese Burger. Pimento cheese, the pate of the South. If you don't know about this, it's essentially a spread or relish with the three main components being cheese, mayonnaise, and pimento peppers. From there, you can kind of get creative with the flavors, which is what we're gonna do today. But not only are we gonna make our own pimento cheese, we are also going to be grilling up some burgers that are gonna end up smothered in this pimento cheese to finish. The first thing we gotta do though is get that grill going. Today we're cooking on the Kamado Joe Classic 3 charcoal ceramic grill. So we've got it loaded up with lump charcoal. We just need to get that charcoal rolling. So we've got the charcoal kind of banked to the back. Always like to leave myself some nice airflow space at the front, typically kind of in that crescent shape. That's just my preference on how to get one of these started. We're just gonna take a couple of fire starters here and nestle them in. We give that about 5 minutes to take off before we mess with it at all. Let's go ahead and put together this pimento cheese. So we'll start with our cheeses. We got 4 ounces each of sharp cheddar cheese, and then this is kind of my optional pick here. This is a horseradish Havarti. I really like the assertive horseradish flavor, and for what we're doing today, this stuff melts really nice too. Not typically something you need in a pimento cheese spread, but great for what we're doing today. Next, we've got our mayonnaise, a 1/4 cup. We're using Duke's for our southern friends. Also gonna cream it up a bit with a 1/4 cup or 2 ounces of cream cheese. And then we've got 2 ounces or roughly a 1/4 cup of our pimentos. And these are just a mild red pepper. They're even sweeter than bell peppers. You'll typically find them jarred at the grocery store. We've got a 1.5 teaspoons of Worcestershire sauce. We're gonna do a 1.5 teaspoons of hot sauce. We're using the anti-gravity today. Woo! And we're gonna do a 1.5 teaspoons of some Dijon mustard. Finally, a 1.5 teaspoons of chives. And I'm just gonna mix this together by hand. You could use a little mixer. You could even double this and do it in the stand mixer and kind of break it down a little bit more. Consistency is kind of all up to you. Some people like it all the way in a puree, smooth state. Some people want it chunkier. My preference, to be honest, is somewhere in the middle. I want it to be creamy but still have texture. It's pimento cheese. It's creamy, it's cheesy, got some tang. I like it. Fire starters have taken off, so I'm gonna close up the grill. It's gonna open the airflow all the way up, not putting any components inside just yet. I'm looking to stabilize this temperature right around 500 degrees. So that means at about 450, we need to kind of cinch down the airflow to make sure that we stop it at 500. And at that point, we can get our components inside, get set up for the grilling. Let's move on now to scaling and forming the burger patties. So I've got 2 pounds of ground brisket, that same stuff that we ground up in a previous video. This has been hanging out in the freezer, so it doesn't quite have that same bright, vibrant color that it did, but it still tastes just as good. Certainly better than store-bought. We want each one of these at about 5 1/3 ounces or 1/3 pound. Grill's right at about 500 degrees now, so we're gonna go ahead and rake these coals around and get the components inside. This kind of just helps to keep all of that charcoal burning down evenly. Today we're going to bank it all to one side. So we're gonna have a pretty hot zone and a cooler zone. We'll help facilitate some of that with the setup here. All right, so we're gonna come in with one of our standard grates directly over the coals. And we're gonna set our grill grate panel on top of there. This is a little bit better, a lot of bit better grilling surface. So we're gonna cook our burgers here over the direct heat. And then here on the left side, we're just gonna set up a cast iron griddle so we can cook our bacon and toast our buns over here on the indirect side. All right, so grill's up to temp. Our grates and griddle are warming up, so we're gonna form our patties. Just kind of packing these together. And then we're gonna form them into patties using what's essentially a ring mold. It's really just the top of a mason jar lid. It's a really great way to get you started, and then you're gonna want it just a little bit wider, so give it a press in the center. But it kind of keeps the sides all straight, just like that. For now, we're gonna throw these patties into the fridge, just let them chill out for a little bit while everything else warms up. Isn't that a funny juxtaposition? One thing needs to be hot and the other thing needs to be cold. That's life, man. All right, we're gonna go ahead and toast off our buns first on the griddle. Get a little bit of clarified butter down here. The buns we're working with today are brioche buns, but a potato bun would be great too. We're gonna have to work in batches here. Griddle's already hot enough that this is gonna move quick. Left side of the griddle's a little further from the heat. And we're gonna do a slice of bacon for each one of our burgers today. We'll get these going on the griddle, and then they can just kind of hang out as we're cooking our burgers. At this point, the grill temperature is sitting at about 450 degrees, which is great. We're gonna get our burgers seasoned up and onto the grill grate. So for the seasoning today, we're using Our Butts Are Smoking, our beef rub. This is one of my favorite beef rubs. I use it on brisket a lot, so a brisket burger seems like a great time to get it out. All right, we're really gonna take advantage of this direct heat here to kick this thing off, and then we're gonna finish it on the griddle so that we can do that little trick we talked about where we smother with the pimento cheese. So these are coming up pretty well. I'm gonna go ahead and flip. Pretty much just gotta wait for the grate to tell you when it's safe to flip. And that's when the burger wants to release fairly easily. So we're checking for internal temperature now. We got to give these a little bit of time for our cheese to melt. So right around, I'm gonna say 140 degrees. So we're gonna move these from our grates up to our griddle. And then each one of these is gonna get a 1/4 cup scoop of our pimento cheese on top. All right, so we want that kind of be able to just ooze all over these burger patties. So we're gonna close this grill up now and close the dome. So by closing this dome up, we trap all of that heat right on top and it forces it down onto the burger. Now it's coming along. We're gonna get that skirt formed around the bottom. We're aiming for about 150, 155 on the internal temperature. USDA would tell you 165, but we process this meat ourselves, so I'm not worried about it. Well, got full-on skirt mode going. We come up to temperature. We're gonna start pulling these off. So much texture going on. Look at all that. It smells incredible. Because of that griddle action, that cheese firming up, you can see almost all of it stayed with the burgers. So while the burgers are hot, let's bring it all together. All right, so let's go ahead and build one right off the bat. We're gonna start with a little butter lettuce. We've got some of the spicy garlic dill pickle, heirloom tomato, and we've got our pimento burger, bacon, top bun. That's it. Check out that cheese skirt. That crustiness going on. What started out as such a creamy cheese spread now has so much texture to it. We gotta get a bite. Whoa. Oh my goodness. That is crazy juicy. It's just pouring out all over my hands now. Incredible beefy flavor. The pimento cheese is creamy, but it's also tangy. And I know I've been going on about that skirt, but that texture is incredible. Get that crunch from the pickle in there. The sour sets it off, balancing stuff out. Is it a little bit of a heavy burger? Sure. But with all that fresh stuff on there, it really helps to balance. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to check out allthingsbbq.com for all the products featured in today's video. If you enjoy the recipe, hit that subscribe button. And if you have any questions or comments, or there's anything you'd like to see me cook, let me know in the comment section down below, and let's be good to one another. For more recipes, tips, and techniques, head over to allthingsbbq.com/thesauce. All Things Barbecue, where barbecue legends are made.